Ben Hayes, Mr. Brightside, hasn't had the best luck this preparation and again drawing the outside gate here.
Yeah, not ideal, but this is a very fair track, and with all the rain last week, I'm hoping they'll be coming down the middle of the track by the time his race comes along. He's in good order, we're very happy with him, and hopefully the barrier doesn't matter.
Do you think that the 2,000 metres does suit him? It's obviously been a question mark. We saw him go so close in the Cox Plate last time. Things probably against him. What do you think about the 2,000 metre question?
Look, I think this will really answer it. I just believe on a normal run 2,000, he'll run it out no problems. But unfortunately, we've got Pride of Jenny who employs the Vo Rogue tactics and really makes it a strong run 2,000. And what that does is probably take away our horse's best asset is his turn of foot because he's chasing so far out. So I think when we're racing her, we just got to let him balance, get into a rhythm, let him ride his race, and hopefully she's knocking up and we're running over the top of her. But we employed tactics to try to be a bit closer last start, and they backfired a bit. He didn't have that good turn of foot that he has. So I think barrier 11 forces us to let him balance and hit the line nice and strong.
He's been a great horse here. He's obviously come into his own the last two autumn carnivals with the Doncaster. Does that fill you with a bit of confidence coming into Saturday?
Yeah, well, we've got a great routine. He's had 3 starts here for 2 Doncasters and second in the King Charles. So it's a pretty good CV, all races at the highest level. And look, he's good enough. I know that. But these Group 1s, you need the luck. And if he's getting a nice run and Pride of Jenny goes too fast and he's following the right horse into the race, he can definitely run over the top of them.
He does hold an entry for Hong Kong. Is there any possibility he heads up for Champions Day, or will this be it for him?
Look, we have to see how he pulls up, but at this stage, he's more likely staying in Australia.
Barbie's Fox goes around in the Queen of the Turf. Quite an honest mare who is always capable of popping up under these circumstances.
It is. Her run last start was very good. She's unfortunately, the whole time she's campaigned here, she's drawn wide barriers and had to get too far back. But I thought she showed really nice glimpses of when she's at her best. She's definitely more than capable. She ran 4th in an Epsom, and I know this is weight for age, but I thought her last start was good, and she deserves the opportunity. She's a very consistent mare, and her work's been great, and I think she'll run a nice competitive race.
Speaking of consistency, I don't think that there's been a 3-year-old quite as consistent, maybe militarised, but there hasn't been one quite as consistent as Arkansas Kid. He can't run a bad race.
He can't. The only time he did run a bad race, he had an excuse. He had a heart fibrillation. So he kicked off his prep really well, running second down the straight at Flem in the sunlight. He's come through that well. I think this will be a nice race for him. He is a horse that does like giving the track as well. So that little bit of give, I think he'll be very competitive, and if he runs well and wins, he's on track to run Group 1 level.
Do you think he's the type of horse who'd head up towards Brisbane and towards a Stradbroke campaign?
That's the potential. That's definitely on the radar, and then also heading to Adelaide with a race like the Goodwood as well. So that all races we will look at with him. We purposely held him back because we just felt he needed a bit more of a break. So we'll hopefully be peaking in those races.